What's up everyone, this is Brandon from Warjax Games Club, here today with a special unboxing video of Gravediggers from Steamforged Games. Thank you for sending us a copy of the Command Starter and Battlegroup boxes. So we're going to go through unboxing and looking at all the parts in these models. And in the meantime, one of these is the Battlegroup box, so it does come with different parts that you can put on. So if you are new to the new armies in War Machine and you need magnets for them, I recommend some magnets that I will put in the show notes below. But the smaller magnets are the 1/8 by 1/16 and the larger ones are the 3/16 by 1/16. You can get these in bulk, probably from multiple places. I choose them from Amazon, but for assembly of these, I recommend picking up magnets and not just gluing them, but you could just glue the parts too if you want. So let's get on with it and see what we're working with. So first off, we have the Gravediggers Battlegroup box set. Now this comes with a caster, light and heavy warjack, and the heavy weapons crate. And then of course one caster as well. So you see, we open these up, we have a few different models here. These are not the plastic kits, these are going to be resin, and these are all coming separately bubble wrapped. So first let's take a look at the smallest one. This will be the caster. This is Captain Cynthia Roscoe. So it looks like we come in a few different parts here. Got two bases because this package also has the heavy weapons crate. So this is part of the unique rules for Gravediggers, where you can take your command cards and drop different things into play while you're going. So that's the weapons crate, and here is the Warcaster. Pretty good detail. A little bit of love the detail on like the tattered cape. The stuff that they're standing on, I feel like they're doing that a lot more lately. And then this model comes with a couple weapons. Both need to be attached. One's like a missile launcher, the other one is like a small dagger, which, as you can see, I have gotten stuck to the bubble wrap. So when you can't find your small pieces, that is probably where they are. That happens to me quite a bit. But overall, pretty cool caster. So the next few are going to be our two jacks. Let's see if we got the big one. It looks like we have a 50 mil base here. So this is a lot of pieces. So let's see if we can find all the pieces. Look at the size of these for Warjax. To me seem pretty big. Like when you compare this to the Storm Legion stuff, this is significantly bigger. So let's see if we find the four heads. I'm not gonna know which ones are which. I could take a big guess, but here they are. Take a look at them. It's got a kind of a lot of detail on just these little heads. Again, these will use the smaller magnets whenever you're magnetizing these Warjack kits. And then let's take a look at some of the weapons. So we have a right arm here. It's like a kind of like a long knife, almost like a sword. Just, I don't know, I like the unique look to the parts and specifically this Gravedigger stuff. It's still Signar, but this stuff is like, it doesn't look like Storm Legion. So you're looking at a completely, even though they're part of the same faction, like definitely has its own identity, definitely its own inspirations. Got some like little guns under the arms here. Really like the quality of these. They seem to be stepping up on the quality on this printed resin things that they have. And you can see, if you're new to the new armies, the new Mark IV armies, you can see these little parts like on the arms. That's where the magnets fit in, and they kind of fit nicely in the shoulder slot. So now this is the first of these are the three parts the heavy drop that they have. If you run over with your Warjack, you get to put one of those parts, these different parts on your jack as like an additional weapon. So definitely a fun new thing to do, specifically with Gravediggers. I'm a big fan of it. And this will be our light Warjack. Sorry, the heavy Warjack was the Valiant. The light Warjack is the Patriot. And then this Valiant, you can see the hard point on top. That's different. That's the one that takes those parts that you pick up. So now we're going to get to the light Warjack, the Patriot. Again, for a light Warjack, for Signar, like this is a decent size model. If you think about this compared to the Courser, much smaller overall. So again, we're gonna have, this one does not have the extra hard point on it for the heavy weapon upgrade. So we have the 4 heads. Look great. Same size as the other Jack. Definitely loving the bigger feel to this set of models. So again, we have this shield with a gun, a sweet looking like chainsaw arm. We got a couple more. We got like a grenade launcher, and we have looks like some kind of rifle as well. Here we got a little bend here in the spear, but it seems to be real flexible, so you can probably heat it up and move it if you want to. And then we have another set of guns as well. And last, we have this sweet looking like knife, which is interesting to see a Warjack with a knife, but seems to be kind of a theme with these Gravediggers a little bit. So overall, I think the Battlegroup box set was really cool. I really like the new Warjacks. This other box, though, that we're going to take a peek at is the Command Starter box. The Command Starter box is kind of where you want to start with an army. You can see here's the caster with the 3 mines, and then it's got the other airdrops you can drop in. These are all going to be character models, so you're only going to get 1 of each. Like this is where you want to start if you're starting this army. You can play this against the other ones. All it says tells you what you need to play here. You need some dice, some tape measure. But this is the box that will, it's essentially the same thing as the 2-player starter boxes, like 1/2 of that. You can play them against each other. And this is, I believe, only the 2nd army where they've started with the Command Starter. The first one was Crick. So it's a really nice way to get into the army and not like break the bank. So they sent this is packed like the old ones were packed. So there's 4 boxes. I think 2 of these are going to be empty probably because not a lot of models. So they fold down real nice. But let's get into one that might actually have some models in it. So this has got characters. So this is going to have a caster, a character unit, a solo. I think actually 2 solos. And then it'll have, or sorry, yeah, solo, character unit, caster, and then the Jack. So this is our solo. So Sergeant Bruno Ramjaw. Very cool troll solo for sure. Look at all the detail on the shoulder pads. We have all the like little bullets and stuff for this minigun. Just, I don't know. I think Gravediggers so far has been really impressive from all the models that I've seen coming from playing Storm Legion. This is our 3-person character unit. This is the Rowdies. So big fan of these new character units where each model kind of has its own set of like rules that it grants. The weapons for the most part are homogenized, but each one of them grants abilities that the other ones don't seem to have. And then we move on here to the caster, and this is the caster that's got the 3 mines, and you can see the 3 mines kind of sit real nice and clean just on these little bases. This is Captain Buck Hasker. So if you buy this 30-point box, this is the caster you'll be playing with. And then here is the really cool character Jack. That is the Plugger Heavy Warjack. You see it's got like these 2 little spots, like I'm assuming like they're like exhaust things. We got the Steamforge logo on the bottom now. Again, just a huge model. Like this is so big to me for a Signar Warjack. Having their own like unique identity like this is really cool. So he's got like I call them daggers, two knives. It's kind of a trencher thing, these combat knives. So really cool to see them put that in their character jack. And then of course there's a little head, and then there's this little two-gun turret that fits on top. Yeah, this is definitely a really cool character for Jack. I think overall they kind of knocked it out of the park with this army. I can't wait for the rest of it. The 80mm stuff they showed off looked great at their keynote, and I just think it's one of the more unique takes that they've had on an army since probably Infernals, with their rules and things. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, tell us the kind of content you're interested in, and we'll see you next time.